When there's a journey and it's a long one, sometimes people become disenchanted. And we have the E6 Plus. It should have released about 6 months ago, but it didn't. But it's here now. What should we do? Should we check it out? Let's ask Skeletor and see what he thinks.
So I hear you guys want to see another unboxing. Huh? Deadheads, do you want Skeletor to show you another unboxing?
No, wait, I'm not Skeletor. All right, Deadheads, let's get to this. And as we inspect the box here, you know, here at Retro Gaming with Dead Fred, the box is always something we like to look at because it gives us an indication of how the manufacturer is viewing the quality of the product. This came shrink wrapped. I've already removed the shrink wrap. This has a nice texture. I did get the frosted purple. I'm curious if each box matches the color of the one you got. I think that's a nice touch, or maybe they're all this frosted purple. The 128 gig sticker here, GameMT. I'm looking forward to what GameMT is going to do. They are stepping up their game. I want to see them compete with Palkitty and Ambernick and really kind of compete in that space under $100 and see what we can do. The box here is pretty nice. It's fairly nice. If you look back here, it does use that same product name of Game Console. That seems to be just ubiquitous out of all these different manufacturers. And interesting enough, it calls it a mouse model. I don't understand that, but whatever. E6 Plus, rated Vulture, manufactured by the Shantou Monte Technology Company, and it gives the address. So there's the little logo. I really kind of dig their logo. It reminds me of a 1960s Robin and Batman. So anyways, I think that's kind of cool. So let's get this out of the box and take a look here. And we have a nice GameMT. So this is a bit of a different logo. We don't have the Robin guy. We have that. So that's kind of nice. We have the unit here and our little plastic, and let's get this out of the way here. Let's see what's below. And looks like we have a USB-A to C. We have some headphones. That's nice, okay. And we have our manual here. And our manual is pretty reminiscent of the typical console manuals right here, but that's okay. You know, manuals are something that I think can be useful, but also, you know, unless they're going to put a lot of work into them, most people aren't going to pay attention to the manual. Here comes that executive standard language again. Don't really understand that charging method. So pretty standard stuff here. Nothing else in the box. Let's get over here, and we have a screen protector. All right, guys, you know, lately a lot of these devices have been shipping with no screen protector, so like that. Good job on that, GameMT. And then we have our unit here, and okay, this feels nice. Now, the first thing when I first saw this was like sticks on top. That's different, a little weird. Maybe sticks on bottom and D-pad up top would have been better. Don't know why they went with this particular design, but I did get this frosted purple design here as I get rid of cat hair. Sorry about that. Looks like, let's take an overview of it. We have our buttons. Let's see what they sound like. Not too loud or clicky. That's not bad. I feel like a good size. We have a start button here. Our stick, switch style. Let's see if it clicks in. So yeah, so we have L3 and R3. Sound pretty good. And then this D-pad, which is a very interesting choice. Now, if this was removable like the Xbox Series X Elite, that would be cool, but this thing doesn't come off. If there was, you know, replaceable, listen, somebody do that. Mimic that and make these little metal ones you can replace. I guarantee you'll love that. This, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to like this, hate this. I don't know yet because it's not really one I've used a lot. I didn't really get any time with the E6, so I mean, it feels okay, but I don't know. And then it looks like we have a menu button here, and we have our select button. So nice that that's, and then this frosted design is really cool. Looks like there's some lighting here. On the side, nothing on this side, nothing on this side, nothing on the bottom, so no USB-C in the middle. Okay, all right, well, right there with the deal with it. So it looks like all your I/O, your input output is up here on the top. And let's just zoom into this a little bit. And so it looks like we have a volume, a headphone jack. Looks like we have our HDMI, our DC, our OTG, our power, and 2 TF cards. So mine shipped with 128 gig, 1 card. This says TF1 external and TF1 internal, so that's pretty interesting. And this nice little design here, I don't know if that lights up or whatever that is. I kind of like that. The back is that nice frosted. I really like this shell. I think they did a good job with this shell right here. So definitely really like that. So that's an overview of the unit. It feels pretty good in the hand. If you're gonna play double stick stuff, this doesn't feel bad, but this thing is with the 3566, it's not aimed at those kind of games, although this is Android, so it can do some Android, and maybe that is the idea here with having this. If you want to see if Call of Duty Mobile can run on this thing, I don't know. We are not really Android gamers here at the channel, but I can understand and appreciate that. Again, I don't know if the sticks were low. I don't know if that'd been better. So let's fire this guy up. Now guys, I do want to make it clear here that my particular unit was shipped prior to the finalization. I did purchase this myself, but it's been known that these early units do not have Android upgraded to 64-bit. This is running 32-bit Android. They also do not have Linux. So this is intended to be a dual system, guys. And the community, of course, is going to work on custom firmware. So really excited about the future for this. The E6 has gotten a lot of stuff. Big props out there because the E6 has had a lot of support, a lot of development, and definitely looking forward to what the community can bring to this. But going with what it shipped with and the way it looks right here, you can see first of all that these lights are really bright. So I like that. I'm a bright light person. I know some people don't like that. I loved on the Ambernic RG556 the brightness. Some people hated it, but I think it's pretty good here. So this is fairly locked down. There's not a lot you can do with this the way it ships like this. Although, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just you're going to get the setup that they gave you. So if we go in here and we take a little look at some Goodboy Galaxy, that's cool that they put that on here. But you can see it's in full screen. I can't go into 3.2. There's not much I can do here to really change it. And let's just fire up some sound here. So you can see the familiar Android. And it still looks good. I mean, I'm not knocking the way they set it up, looks good. And if you're somebody that just wants to pick up and play, you know, this thing is not going to look terrible. The speakers are pretty loud. So volume's working pretty good. They are down firing, well, they're on back firing speakers, so yeah, you know, it's gonna play. It's set up to play these games. The ROM list is not the best. I've seen a few weird stuff in here. And again, let's just get this D-pad going and see how terrible or how great it could be. You know, it can always be surprised here. All right, so D-pad seems to be okay. This is a really fun game, guys, if you haven't played this, Goodboy Galaxy. Shoulder buttons are a little stiff for my liking. Again, these are early impressions. We'll do a review in a few weeks as we usually do. Let's see if the stick is, yeah, stick's controlling it. Now, again, with the current implementation, this thing is just pretty locked down. Your menu button does give you a few things. You can change the controls. You can go to save the state and pick where you're going to save it. You can reboot the game. And we go here, we can change the controls for that. But that's it. There is no changing of resolution, no changing of ratios, no shaders, no, nothing here to really adjust. Now, again, this will support Linux. There will be some awesome firmware. HackAround, thank you for all you do. HackAround has been working on this and will bring us some really awesome custom firmware. So I'm very excited to see what he's able to do with this unit, along with other community members who will be working on this. So this has a very bright future, and it is a 3566 and it's running at about $70 to $80. I'll put a link to the official store. I bought it from a third-party seller just because I was impatient, you guys, and I want to get these videos out to you. But the official store is going to have the best version of it that will ship with the updated Android 64-bit and the Linux implementation. So again, dual boot, 3566, has a lot of community support. Weird D-pad. I don't hate it. I mean, I thought I might hate it, but let's try out some Street Fighter and see how much I really hate it. So we'll do some Street Fighter. Now, the other thing is that this current version is not Play Protect certified. I don't know or think that the updated Android will either be, so keep that in mind. As far as Android implementation goes, not sure how great a support, but again, for me personally, with this CPU, the 3566, I want this running on Linux anyways. So I think it's cool that it can dual boot. As we pull up some Street Fighter 02 arcade CPS. And let's of course try Ryu and see if we can pull off some Hadokens or Shoryokens, or I can never say any of that. And this CPU and GPU combination is pretty well known. I'm never good at doing it from the left side, so I'm going to try to. These shoulder buttons are a little stiff for me. Yep, there we go. Yeah, the D-pad is not ideal. Okay, so this may not end up being much of a fighting game. Now, it does have OTG. You could add, plug this into the TV and use a better controller. So keep that in mind, guys. That's one of the great things, but that's not portability. When you're out sitting in the car, I mean, I'm able to play okay, and I'm not the best Shoryuken or Hadouken, so keep that in mind. But yeah, I'm thinking that this feels a lot more like using the analog stick than a true D-pad. So not sure on that design choice, guys. If you make an E7, let's change this D-pad. Let's go with the Sega style 6-button. Make one of these with 6 buttons, the Sega style. That'd be pretty interesting. So, but yeah, again, I think that this has the kind of future that is going to make this become very favorable. And we will do a review in weeks after this thing matures more. But for right now, if you want to be an early adopter and you want to tinker with this thing and you want to get in, I don't hate it. The D-pad, yes, but the rest of it, it's pretty interesting. I like the look of it, the design of it, the weight of it. I like the CPU. I like that it has a bunch of software support coming. And yeah, so guys, this has been an unboxing and first look at the E6 Plus, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Remember to leave us a comment. Let's get some commentary going. Let me know what you think about this unit, whether you're interested in it or if it looks like a pass for you, and hit that like button and subscribe. Help us continue to grow and keep investing back into the channel, because I want to bring you guys more awesome content. It's been a busy week. It's a busy summer. I've got a bunch more cool stuff coming. So look forward to some more videos soon on the channel here. All right, Deadheads, Dead Fred out.